Okay.
Hello, guys. Welcome to the show. I've got Spencer here with me and Tom. Hello, Tom.
Hi, how you doing over there, Nathan?
How are you? Hello, Spencer. How are you?
What's going on? You got the vaccine yet?
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
My son-in-law got it yesterday. He's an emergency room doctor,
Oh, okay.
and all is good.
Okay.
Right, let's
He-
kick off then with
All
the
right.
Alrighty.
Triple G card.
You ever saw this guy fight? The guy
Yeah,
he's fighting?
yes, I looked at him yesterday. So here's my take on it for what it's worth. Um, this guy Sarah's I can't pronounce his last name very well, but I'm going to say Camille. That's his first name. He's a very strong guy. He's durable. He's slow. He punches hard and he's open. And his punches are slow. So this is a good opponent for GGG because uh, GGG is slowed down a bit. But I think GGG has more power and more experience even at this point in his career. So it should be an entertaining fight, but GGG should be able to outpower him and catch him up the middle from the way I see that he fights. And the guys that he fought, they weren't very good, to say the least. I think it's a little bit of a mismatch, but we'll see because you never know. GGG didn't look great against Derevchenko, so we'll see how it plays out.
Well, to be fair, Derevchenko been giving the top guys some fights. So
That's true.
Charlo and Jacob. So
Yeah, there's truth to that, and
you think
so
he might try to hold him? I mean, carry him for a couple of rounds, being that he hasn't been in the ring a while. He might not try to really impress early and just kind of wait it out and wait for the opening
well,
spots.
I think he's about a drama show. I'm always suspect when guys say I wanted to get in the rounds. It's like when you're in the ring with these guys are dangerous. If you have a chance to finish them, you should finish them. About getting in the rounds, you get the rounds in when you spar, right? That's where you get rounds in. But when you're in a fight, especially if you want to match, the zone is placing a lot on this fight, hoping GGG looks really good so they could pair him with Canelo for a third fight. That's what they wanted all along. But here's the interesting thing about Canelo tomorrow night and how this plays. Once he and Oscar De La Hoya and the zone said, "The hell with it," let's tear up the contract, and he walked away from Golden Boy. The fight with Smith tomorrow does not have a rehydration clause like all of his other fights had when he was working with Golden Boy. So I believe
Right.
he doesn't want to have his legacy tarnished anymore with catch weights and this and that and the other thing. That I really respect. Okay, so if GGG comes out there and blows this guy out, they're going to say the guy wasn't good. But if he goes out there and is very dramatic in the way that he knock this guy out in the first or second round, then they're going to say, yeah, this looks good to patch him with Canelo if Canelo wins. So I don't
Yeah.
go into that thing about rounds.
Now, when I say go to rounds, I don't want to. Let me phrase it correctly on my what I mean.
Okay.
Instead of him trying to hurry up and put his foot on the gas early, try to since he has been out of the ring long, you saying the guy hits hard. If he tries to push too early, the guy could catch Triple G with something. So Triple G, not so much cautious, but kind of will try to set him up for that opening so that he can have that big drama show. And it might, I'm just saying it might take a couple of rounds to do that.
Yeah.
It won't
Yeah, I
it
get
won't
that.
be like a dominant way type of situation or nothing like that, I don't think, because if this guy hits hard, Triple G has been out of the ring, he's getting older, it's getting slower, he might not want to make any mistakes because he don't want to jeopardize a trilogy fight with Canelo. And can I go on to Canelo? Because tomorrow, yes, I give props to Canelo. I'm hearing all on social media people bashing Canelo, saying they didn't give Callum Smith enough time for the training camp. And I'm like, do y'all understand what was going on in the whole everything that was going on. He was in court with DAZN and Golden Boy. So he didn't know who he was fighting at that point. He didn't know if he was going to be able to fight Callum Smith because they didn't settle their differences until like about 2 months ago. Once they settled their differences, he said, I'm looking for opponents. People started throwing stuff out there. And then he said, yo, I'm picking Callum Smith. We're going to fight on DAZN. Now, it's just funny to me that people are like, it's a need to bash Canelo so badly to try to like tarnish the win. Yeah, Callum Smith won't be a full camp or whatever. And once the rehydration clause was thrown out of there was no rehydration clause. That couldn't be an excuse that people use.
But
So
you've got to remember, Smith may be walking around at as much as 185 pounds once he's in the ring. Or
right, and he's taller.
Yeah, he's massive.
For people to use the short camp that Smith might have, I'm like, Canelo's going to have the same camp. Like, he's going to have the same amount of camp. Is it possible that Canelo was training and had sparring partners that was like Callum Smith?
Probably, yeah. Of course, yes.
Yeah, for sure. If you watch the DAZN episodes of their training camp, he had big guys he was training with, tall guys, bigger guys, like light heavyweights. But don't forget, Canelo rehydrates 178, 180 when he
rehydrates. Canelo's not the tallest guy, especially at 168. And if Canelo's going to campaign at 168, every champion up there minus Billy Joe Saunders, but every champion up there is taller than him, is bigger than him, has a longer reach than him. So whoever he would pick, it would be a tall person. You understand?
Sure.
Callum Smith and Caleb Plant kind of could be prepared the same type of way. It's a little bit different for like Benavidez or somebody like that, but like, they kind of like work behind their jab, so to speak. They kind of like basically like try to use the fundamentals to their advantage.
Mm-hmm. Right. Nathan, what do you think about this?
I think the fight goes to points and Canelo wins unanimous decision. I don't think he's going to knock Smith out. I think
what about GGG? Where do you see that going?
I think GG wins in about 7-8 rounds. I mean, we've never heard of this guy he's fighting. We know very little about him, and to me, that's a worrying sign. Is he another Derevyanchenko, or is he another bump? We just don't know.
Is he a Triple G fighter? Because Triple G got certain fighters. Is he a fighter that fights with Triple G's?
I don't think so.
Banner?
I know nothing about this guy.
I know he's a mandatory or something, right? He's the mandatory, right? This is a mandatory.
Yeah, he's from Poland. He's a mandatory, but he's not in the same class. Let's put it like that.
Would he be the same level as Rocky Fielding, or a little bit better? Would you say?
I think he's a little bit better, but don't forget Rocky Fielding was bigger.
This is 160, right?
This is 160. This is not 168. So GGG is staying at 160. He's not moving up to 168. So
you think this guy's like a Selecki type level guy?
No, by looking at his record, he's fought nobody. This is he's rubbish by the looks of it. He's just
like a Luis Arias, those level guys.
Worse than that. I think he's one of those lower European level guys. To be absolutely honest,
he's strong. He's gonna. If GGG doesn't bomb him and catch him right away, he's going to be there for a few rounds. But like I said, he's wide and he's strong, but it's not the same class. I think they match. I think they're a good match right now. I think GGG should be able to handle him pretty well.
It's a good match for GGG.
Yeah, exactly.
Not so much for homeboy.
No, but the whole future is going to be dependent upon what happens here, right? So their fight hasn't even started yet. I just refreshed the page. I think the girls are probably still fighting the ladies. Yeah. So
carry on,
Nathan. No, you carry on. You were going to say.
Shall we move on?
Yeah, let's talk about AJ's win over Pulev.
Yeah, you give your opinion first, then Spencer.
Okay, well, it was a fun fight to watch. I think there was some lapses in concentration on AJ's part here and there, but when he exploded, he was impressive. And he looked to be boxing better and boxing more behind the jab and feinting a lot more and anticipating. He trained well for Pulev. He was coming straight up the middle because Pulev would widen his guard. And you see AJ was throwing his arms up, and Pulev started responding to that and opening up like as if to throw. And then he would come right up the middle with a jab or a right hand. But those uppercuts he caught him with were just massive. So,
Yeah,
except for a few rounds when he took off, I mean, I thought the fight should have been stopped in the third round when he turned his back on him. I mean, that means the fight's over, right?
yeah, most of the time.
Yeah, but I didn't remember the referee saying if you turn your back, it's going to be considered, the end of the fight. But they let it go on, and I think it was good they let it go on, especially for the fans. But Pulev was not an easy guy. He's very tough, very strong. AJ got caught a couple of good right hands. I saw his legs do a little dance, once or twice. But he learned from his mistakes from fighting Ruiz about getting too excited and opening himself up. So I think still he's a work in progress. Right now, I think Fury beats him in a match. That's my opinion.
Okay. What do you think, Spencer?
Yeah. I think with AJ is concentrating too much on actually fighting. Like he's thinking too much instead of it being instinctual sometimes and letting certain things go. And at the times that he stops thinking about the fight on, like, I gotta throw the jab here, let me throw two jab. If you understand what I'm trying to get at, like, as opposed to certain other people just, okay, the jab's open. They don't have to keep it in their head like throw the jab, throw the jab. Well, it seems as if AJ fights like that. Like he has to keep talking to himself on what to do. Whereas it seems more instinctual, like a Tyson Fury guy. Like he'll see, okay, the opening. Let me start jabbing him, and I could tease him with the feint. It's something that is going to come more instinctual with Fury. So in the case of AJ versus Fury, yeah, I think Fury does win. Plus, Fury he's able to move well as a big guy.
Yeah.
I mean, he's not the greatest moving heavyweight that I've ever seen, but he's one of the best 6'9" heavyweights I've ever seen.
Yeah, that's truth in that. That's for sure. I've never seen anybody that big move like that.
So it's kind of hard to beat that guy, especially when you don't employ that same type of thing like to a shorter size. Like AJ isn't as quick. He's trying to learn how to box so that maybe he could get to Fury with certain moves. But if Fury does what he did against Vladimir, AJ is not going to be able to come at him.
Exactly. That's a good analogy for this fight, because I think Vladimir actually was a better boxer than AJ, in his prime. He knew how to fight as a big. He had a wicked right hand. So that makes sense. And also the psychological warfare before the fight. But I think AJ right now loses a decision to Fury. I don't think Fury would ever let him get inside.
He might. He might. But he got up from Wilder's right hand, so Fury might be cocky. He might try to if short stocky Ruiz can knock out AJ, I should be able to knock him out.
Well, he knocked out Wilder. I mean, he didn't knock him out. It was a TKO, but he definitely was very, very impressive. And actually, I rewatched that fight last night, and Wilder did tag him a couple of beautiful right hands, and Fury didn't go down this time. He was able to react a little better to them in the way he moved.
Can I give? Sorry, carry
on. Wilder in that second fight, I could kind of agree with Wilder's point of view against Mark Breland. I don't like the stuff he said, all of that afterwards stuff. That's kind of crazy. But
Yeah.
as far as not throwing in the towel, like we don't throw in the towel because with my right hand, I'm always in the fight. So we don't throw in the towel. Don't matter what you see in the ring. So if that's the philosophy of the corner going into the fight, then I can understand being upset because, as you said, he caught him a couple of times. He just needed to catch him one more time in his head. Not saying that was going to be actually happening, but in his head, he's like, I could have, like, let me regroup, end of the round, a new round start. Come on. I knocked out Ortiz after I was out of it. So come on. So, like.
Fury could have ran out of gas and coasted and slowed down, and then boom, there's the right hand. He's on the floor again.
Right. So,
like. Can I give my opinion on this fight?
Exactly. Please do.
Right. I thought it was a mature performance from him. He's definitely improved as a fighter. He's getting better with each fight. Don't forget, he's only had 24 fights, 23, 24 fights. He's still a novice, really, still learning. People seem to forget that with AJ. He's still learning.
Right.
Remember, he was fast-tracked. But the first couple of rounds were good. Then he knocked him down the third round. I was impressed how, after he knocked him down the third round, he didn't go for the finish. He learned from his mistakes. Then he left it 6 rounds. Then he took him out. That right hand was brutal. But for me, he's not good enough. His performance right now is not good enough to beat Fury. Don't get this twisted. But if he hits Fury with something, Fury is going to sleep. If Joshua lands his best shot.
If he gets inside and hits Fury with that uppercut,
he'll be.
Yeah, it might be over for Fury because AJ's uppercut is phenomenal.
Yeah, it's very powerful. But the difference in the boxing IQ is going to make a big difference.
Oh yeah,
I think they may. I think they may make maybe one other fight for him before he goes for Fury. But everybody wants this fight next, right? Now, does Fury have a mandatory?
No, not yet. But this fight has to happen now because
Wilder supposedly got this thing that did the mediation go into effect? Did they ever settle that yet?
No.
I think that. Do you have any data on that?
No, it wasn't settled. But at the same time, I think he needs to take the Fury fight before somebody else beats Joshua. Put it that way. Because somebody else very soon will beat Joshua again. I can see it happening.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, listen, Joshua could drop the WBO belt and not fight Usyk, which would be the only real threat up ahead because he done fought his IBF mandatory, and Char got to fight Bryan, so that WBA situation is settled for now. So he could fight. Who can he fight? He could fight. I don't even know who he could fight. But he could fight somebody that's not going to give him a real threat. He could fight Michael Hunter.
He should give Dylan White a shot.
Yeah, I'm about to. Yeah, but Dylan White ain't even got AJ on his short list. So, no. But yeah,
White has got to get past Povetkin.
But Povetkin got tested and he got hospitalized. So their fight that was supposed to be in February or January has been canceled, and that's why I put up the 4-man shortlist on the end.
What? I thought Povetkin was back in training, and they were going to do it.
They said something about his hospitalization or something like that he wasn't feeling good, and he had to go to the hospital. So they're not going to put on the fight in January, and that's why Dylan White is looking for another opponent.
Okay, got it.
Well, we better go to the other fights. So
there it is. Yeah, I see it now. 3 days ago. You're right. What do you want to go to now?
Callum Plant against Caleb Truex, which is going to be a massacre.
Yeah, I'm afraid so. Yeah, Caleb Plant has just gotten so better and better and better. By the way, the Golovkin fight's about to start.
Okay.
Yeah, let's wrap this up so I can watch this.
Okay.
Check it out though, because it's about to start, or they coming into the ring.
They're coming into the ring.
We'll quickly do one.
All right, so we got Caleb Plant and Caleb Truex. I mean, not for nothing. Truex is probably a gritty fighter that's going to be giving. I don't know, man. I don't know. Caleb Plant looked pretty good against these no name guys. But Caleb Truax might give him a little bit more rounds, do a little bit better.
Well, yeah.
He might win a few rounds against Caleb Plant. I don't think he's going to win the fight at all, but
I think Caleb takes him out, and I think that'll put him in contention with Canelo or how this thing plays out. Did you want to make a comment on Edgar Berlanga?
Well, he from Brooklyn. He got all of them KOs. That's all I want to mention. I mean, of course, you want to. What is he? Super middleweight or middleweight?
Super middleweight, I think.
Yeah, I mean, you want to see him.
Super middleweight. He's super. That's another guy.
Yeah, you want to see him fighting guys. Of course, maybe he could fight Caleb Truax or something like that after Caleb Plant. Like that'll be a good test to see where he's at. To see him fighting Caleb Truax or something.
But he's not going to be able to continue to bomb guys out as he gets up there. He's going to get against guys that are strong, that can box better, and they're going to.
And that has taken hard, that's been hit hard. So, it won't shock their system to get hit by him.
Has the ring walk started yet?
What was that?
All right. What do you like? You seen Edgar Berlanga?
No, I've never seen it.
Okay.
I put some stuff up on the site. Do you want to talk about Ryan Garcia and Luke Campbell coming up?
Are they in the ring yet, or are they just walking still?
It didn't start yet. They didn't have a first round yet.
Ryan Garcia beats Luke Campbell for me.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah.
I think
it might be decision. It should be a decision, but I think he definitely wins the fight.
I think Campbell's on the slide.
Yeah, he probably bust his load versus Lomachenko.
I just think he's
like he went all out against Lomachenko and put on the best performance that he could have put on, and that might have just took too much out of him. And he's like,
To be fair, he's one of the best lightweights in the last 3 or 4 years to not win a world title.
That's true.
Yeah,
that's definitely true. So when what was it, Spencer?
I was going to just mention the thing on Dylan White's thing. Just
let's talk about
wrap it up.
Go for it.
Well, as I said, Povetkin is not going to be able to fight in January or February, whenever they reschedule the date was. So Eddie Hearn was saying that Dylan White first put up only 3 people, right? He said Wilder, Ruiz, and Ortiz. That's who Dylan White said. Eddie Hearn added and said Dylan White got a 4-man wish list, and he added the same 3 names I just said, and then Derek Chisora. And I'm like, why would Eddie Hearn even entertain Derek Chisora as a thought? Derek Chisora didn't win his last fight. He didn't look good against Usyk, and Dylan White already beat him twice. Like, it ain't like it's a grudge match fight.
All right, GGG, they're about to start the first round. They're in the first round.
All right, listen.
We'll pack it up then.
I gotta wrap it up because I gotta watch it on my phone. So
one more minute before we wrap. See you later, Spencer.
Hey, happy holidays, guys. Great, thank you.
Same to you.
Tom, stay on the line for a minute. So,
all right.
So Dillian White, all these guys are too dangerous for him, all the people on that list. He needs a nice, easy fight against a European level person, not a world level guy, because I fear he will lose again.
They better be careful with him because he has so much power, but he has some holes in his game, in his boxing game, and that always has come back to haunt him. And
I'm just looking at his career, and his punch resistance has dwindled. I think the best thing for him to do is just, take it easy. I'm watching the fight. Are you watching the fight? Are you doing this?
I'm seeing parts of it here. Yeah, they're moving around. Like I said, he's strong.
My stream's broken, so I'm not going to bother watching it.
Yeah, I'm on here. I'll send you this stream here that you can follow. The guy's got it set up pretty well. I'm going to send it through Messenger to you.
Okay.
and you could see through. He's got like a cloud of fire, and he's talking about it as he goes.
I'm just going to stop recording.